Oh, what's up, everybody? I'm like on my 5th attempt here to try and rescue Flint. And it looks like we might do it this time. Oy. The problem is that Flint just kept on going after that cruiser, taking tons of damage while I'm trying to rescue her.
Mission objectives
I just couldn't
accomplished.
believe it. And actually, one of these playthroughs, I had managed to save her and bring her back to the victory, but then right when I'm about to land, I kid you not, she flew into me and I died after I had just saved her.
Need clearance, TCS
I'm
victory.
just gonna autopilot the land, I don't even want to risk it. Oh man, that took me like 5 tries. I am gonna ground her so hard for putting me through that. Because I'm a colonel and I can do that. Oh, jeez. That took forever. Insert this too. So really you should be glad you didn't have to watch me do that whole part. I mean, it was taking forever. Let's see here. Disk 2.
You might have died out there chasing after me.
I might have.
Well, I guess the captain ordered you.
No. That was my call to make.
Then I guess I should be impressed. I've never been very good at saying thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
I want you to understand.
We don't fly suicide missions. We fight this war to live, not to die. You've got to fly with your head, Flint, not your heart.
You've never done that, sir. Fly with your heart.
The day I do that, I expect a stiff dressing down, mister. That's an order.
Sir,
not
my
sure what
father
that means
didn't
either.
read his children bedtime stories. He read to us from the regs manuals. I know there are certain actions necessary.
Give her a break. Ground her.
Oh, I am so grounding you.
If every pilot pursues a private war, the Kilrathi triumph. Until further notice, you're grounded.
It was the right thing to do. I'm gonna say what's also annoying about replaying that mission as Saber is the mission is kind of randomized, so sometimes you can autopilot your way to Flint without any incidents, or 3/4 of the time as you autopilot toward her, you run into tons of enemies on your way before you even get to Flint. So it's just me replaying over and over, fighting waves of enemies before I even make it to her. So, for those reasons all combined, I have grounded Flint. So I always wondered about that with Wing Commander games, how they did the missions. I mean, I know most of it's all scripted, but when you're replaying stuff, it really seems to randomize encounters at the nav points. So, I mean, seriously, I was fighting like waves of like light fighters and medium fighters and even some Corvette capital ships.
A blitzkrieg Kilrathi assault has taken the lives of thousands.
Still buying the
of
fantasy that we're winning the war?
Why the hard-on for the opposite take?
Put on by the
Because you'd have to be blind not to see that things are going bad and getting worse.
Excuse me?
Fact, we haven't had shore leave in months. Fact, all we do is move from one defensive mission to another. Fact, our entire force is constantly in retreat. Now, is that just my imagination, or is the entire war effort unraveling before our eyes?
Fact. We have a communications officer aboard with far too much time on his hands. Dangerously spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt throughout the ship. From now on, mister, you spout your theories to anyone. I'll have you reassigned to waste recycling.
Who are those other two? Rollins may have a point, though. Because in the introduction, when Tolman talks about Confed making some very positive strides, like, he couldn't have said it with any less conviction than he did, so you definitely get the feeling that, I forgot you can go out here and sometimes talk to people, but you get the feeling he's not so confident in what he's talking about. Alright. I need some nice relaxing downtime with the crew because that last mission just was a grind. No one to talk to. I can reminisce about Rachel again on disc 2. Not Rachel, sorry, Angel. Angel flew with her head and not her heart. We missed that about her too. And walks on the beach.
This forever? Forever isn't long enough.
Go play. Yeah, poor guy. Close your locker. Man, someone's gonna steal something one day. It's Captain Ison. Standing about.
I don't know whether to thank you or curse you for winning us Flash on a permanent basis.
A little of both, I guess.
I wish I had more pilots like you, Colonel. Might make the war end sooner. I'm especially glad that you haven't let the victory cramp your style any.
Thank you, sir.
So Ison is gradually warming up to us. I think he was being pretty fair from the beginning, though, in how he reacted to Blair. It was more Blair needed to be more fair to Ison, I think. Ugh. That blonde woman with the perm is always diligently typing. Alright. Let's find out what our next mission is. I think we have time for one more before we take a break.
Let's get started, Colonel.
Yes, sir.
We've got a simple job ahead of us. We've got control of the sector base and jump point. The Kilrathi want that control. Let's keep them at bay, gentlemen. We can't give up ground here. Give it your best, Colonel. Dismissed.
Very succinct.
So,
I assume Blair is pretty succinct too in his mission briefings. Let's give Cobra a try. I don't think we've chosen her to fly on our wing yet.
Cobra, I want you on my wing for this one. Dismissed?
I just think her anger makes her a liability. I think Blair would recognize that. Let's see what our loadout is. Hellcat, Thunderbolt, Arrow. I'm gonna go with despite how hard that last mission was, the Thunderbolt worked pretty well for me, so I'm gonna give it a shot again.
Clear to take off, Colonel.
Thank you for clearance. Power distribution. So sad I can't fight that Excalibur.
Enemy sighted, Colonel.
Break and attack.
Going after.
What do we got here? We got some Kilrathi. Shouldn't be a problem. Excellent. A full salvo with the Thunderbolt's gonna cut through those shields pretty fast. I wouldn't totally underestimate the Kilrathi. They're just, for the most part, I really do think they're pretty manageable. But I've been killed by them before. Dark hits. When you're flying a slower ship like the Thunderbolt, you actually have to worry more about light fighters like these guys, because they just swarm you like crazy. They can, you know. Oh, I'm still worn out from that last mission. And it's always one thing when all you gotta do is kill stuff, but when you gotta fight to keep other things alive, it's a completely different challenge. There we go. I think that's the Blackmane base. It's a really cool looking base, I think. I like the overall aesthetic of the Wing Commander universe. I like their ships and their bases, and like they don't even look terribly advanced really, but they're still pretty solid, you know. Things really changed by Wing Commander Prophecy. The ships look dramatically different, in my opinion. It's kind of a weird game. I haven't decided if I'll do a playthrough of it just yet. Another thing, when I played this game at a younger age, and when your ITTS comes on, I used to think it was saying, "It's engaged," and I'm like, what's engaged? Like, I had no idea what that meant. I should have just paid more attention to the manual. Cobra's doing alright, but we haven't really... Right, here come the bombers. I think these guys will want to go after the base. Firing a missile at somebody head-on is seldom a good idea. They can usually outmaneuver it by just veering to either side and then letting go of a few decoys. Another lock on me. Another lock. We got one, but we took a bit of damage there. Oh, these guys are hammering the base too. We gotta get in there. Very nice.
Your status?
We're still in decent shape.
Which means they are taking damage. But I gotta keep a closer eye on my shield. As long as Cobra's handling that other guy, I'll be alright. You can really run into objects easily in this game. You gotta be careful not to. There we go. Blood Mist. This is a Kilrathi ace. I've noticed my wingmen always go after the aces before I have a chance to. I think they want all the glory to themselves. I'd sure like to kill him though.
Mission objectives accomplished.
I think I got credit for that. Let's look at the base, see how much damage it took. So you can see the red there. A lot more hits there, and I think it would have been destroyed. It really is a cool base. Let's look at it in another view. Yeah, I like it. Alright. Well, that was a nice break after that last mission.
Need clearance, TCS Victory.
They're having a party in your honor down at the Blackmane base, Colonel. You're clear to land.
Alright guys, when we get back we're gonna see what our next mission is. We're doing pretty good, even though Confed still seems to be losing the war overall. And well, maybe we got our locker closed in the meantime, but I doubt it. So, we'll see y'all when I get back.
You really smoked him, Colonel.
Thanks, Chief.